Good morning and welcome to Aldo's bi-weekly blog. Now this morning we are not going to focus on Aldo or the review of him. Aldo is taking a bit of a break, but because we're here at the end of the year, I thought it was appropriate for us to just sit back and think about what this year was about. And a lot of time we get this advice of where to now, what do you do now? And where do we start to reflect on our year? And I'd like to offer you an approach when you are sitting at the beach, when you are enjoying your relaxed time with family and friends, of how to look at what has passed and think about it, and then to create something for 2017 so that you could have your best year yet. Now the first thing that I'd like to show you is the Wheel of Life. And in the Wheel of Life there are many different approaches, and the one that I'd like to suggest is to break it down into 6 parts. The first part that you would look at is your financial and career. So in other words, the money that you are making, the difference that you are making in your career, and have that as one component of your Wheel of Life. The second one is your mental and educational. In other words, that is your mental capacity and your learning of new things. The third one is physical and health. The fourth one is your social and your cultural side of your Wheel of Life. Then spiritual and ethical. And then lastly, family and home. Once you look at your Wheel of Life, is then to rate them out of 10. Is how have they been for you? You know, to think back at your life and say, all right, my financial and career, out of 10, how was 2016 for you? Now I've rated, for instance, financial and career as a 3 out of 10, mental and educational a 7 out of 10, and so forth. So each of these sections, you rate them out of 10. Upon reflecting and saying, you know, what have you achieved? What difference did you make? How do you generally feel about these components in your life? Are you happy? If you're happy and you're satisfied, you'll then score a higher number, an 8 or 9 or perhaps 10 out of 10. And if you feel that you've either neglected this part of your life or you haven't really given it the attention and the focus that it needs, then you'll give it a 1 or a 2, perhaps a 3 out of 10. And then after scoring it, what I've done is I've gone to my lowest scores and I've said, but what have I learned? And I've started there. It doesn't mean you have to, but I've started with the 3 out of 10. I said financial career, what have I learned? And I've written down the learnings. For instance, spend more time, which relates to family and home. So spend more time with family, even though it was a 6, but that was one of the learnings there. And then on financial and career, where I scored maybe a 3 out of 10, you can then, for instance, say, well, you know, maybe you've learned that you need to consolidate your offerings, that you've been too big and you've been calling all pockets and you haven't generated the traction that you wanted, and you need to consolidate and create focus. So once you've reflected on the learnings on your Wheel of Life, on every aspect, you then go and you say to yourself, but where do I want to set goals? Because once you set a goal in an area, it sort of propels you towards it, because then it becomes top of mind, especially if you review your goals on a weekly and a monthly basis. And you can then, for instance, say, well, I'm spending more time. What I need to do is maybe I need to move closer to my family. Or it could be that you just, you know, book more time, flights, whatever your current situation is, but you put that down as a goal. And you make sure that it is smart and specific. In this case, I've written down, you know, find a new home, and then you'll elaborate on that and say which area, by when do you want to do that, and what obviously your costs, and so forth. Yes. Then another goal, for instance, could be that relates to your consolidated of your offerings, that you want to launch a promotion on one offering and just focus on that and really give it the attention what it has, so that you can create traction. And in that way you go through all of these elements of your Wheel of Life, and it is a very grounded tool in making sure that you cover all aspects of yourself as a human being. So with that in mind, I'd like to wish you all the best for 2017. I'd like to wish you that your dreams may come true, and I'd like to wish you success in achieving your goals. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.